Welcome to Manifesting a Life. After I learned about the law of attraction, and I'd also been listening to Abraham Hicks for a while. I imagine people that are listening to this probably are often familiar with Abraham Hicks. If you're not, there's plenty of YouTubes out there, they'll tell you all about it. I decided to write down what I really wanted. First, I had to think real hard, what do I really want? I'd think these things, well, that's not really what I want. What I really want is this. It goes deeper. It goes deeper. And so I finally came up with, I wanted my credit cards all paid off. We had almost $60,000 in credit card debt. I wanted that paid off. And then I also wanted to have $100,000 in the bank. I wanted that cushion of $100,000. That sounded right to me. So I started concentrating on the feeling. What would it feel like to have all these credit cards paid off, be free of the debt? What would it feel like to have this extra cushion in my bank account? Then I progressed to feeling like I actually had it. It wasn't just a feeling, what would it be like? But, oh, it's there. A feeling of, yes, I have it. It's there. It's accessible. I remember talking to my friend Mary at our Unity Church about this. And I hadn't really talked to anybody about this. I'm not even sure I'd mentioned it to my husband. But I felt safe at talking to her. She was going to be moving, so she wasn't even going to be in the area much longer. And so I was telling her about it. And it sounded something like this. Let's see. I want $100,000, and I want my credit cards all paid off. No. I have $100,000 in the bank, and the credit card's paid off. I just know I have this. It's there. It's right now. I have it. I just can't quite see it. That's not quite right either. It's here. So close I can taste it. It is here right now. I can feel it. It's here. I can see it. I can almost reach it. It is here now. I just want to be able to use it, to grab a hold of it. And Mary said, wow, that sounds like a round page. And a round page is something that Abraham Hicks talked about early on, about something that would raise your vibration, raise your feeling up to actually having it, and it's actually in your environment. Now, this is something that actually felt very natural to me as I progressed through this, with her talking about it. It was just very natural. It's almost like it is here with me. I have it. It's like there's a parallel dimension that's right there on top of me. We're right in the same dimension. All I have to do is just reach in that dimension and pull it into my dimension, or something like that. It's right here. It exists. It's there. Well, a month or so passed, and we had decided we were going to move to Virginia. So we had to divest ourselves of all these various properties that we had and businesses and that kind of thing. And my husband's mother had gone off to live with one of her daughters. And she was really ascending very quickly through Alzheimer's. And she was getting very, very bad off. If you want to hear more of the story about this moving to Virginia, it's a pretty good one, I think. And you'll find it in one of my videos called The Universe Cleared My Path. I'll put a link down in the description below, and you can access it if you want to hear it. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you. And hit the little bell down there, the little bell icon. That will let you know when a new one does come out. Well, May of that year, we got word that my husband's mother had passed. And in June, we ended up closing on the house that we lived in. We sold it. We got the money for it. And the net on that house was $60,000, which I used to pay off the credit cards. And about the same time, almost the same day, my husband received his inheritance from his mom, which amounted to $100,000, which we put in the account. So what did I manifest? Money. Enough to pay off the credit cards and enough to have the cushion that I wanted in our bank accounts. Now, it took me about a year from the time that I wrote this down till when it actually occurred. For some reason, it seems like a year is a main time frame for me for manifesting things. And I know you can do this a lot faster. So I've got some kind of mental thing going on, apparently, that it takes time for this. So how did I manifest it? Well, getting the feeling of already having it, knowing it's here, knowing you're going to have access to it or you have access to it. And just get the feeling of, yes, it is here. I know it's here. It is. Now, Abraham Hicks does go into this into a lot of detail, and you can listen to, like I said, you can listen to Abraham Hicks on YouTube. Just Google Abraham Hicks and you'll find all kinds of things. Well, thank you for listening, and hit the like button if you want to hear more of these kind of stories. Leave a comment. Let me know if you have deliberately created using the law of attraction and how that worked for you. What was the time frame for you? I'm curious. Now, go out and manifest your life.